Hello and welcome back to the main channel. Today we're talking about whether or not I think, personally, that the current interior for the TARDIS is actually any good. If you see me looking down, it's because I am looking to make sure that we are perfectly recording. Because that isn't always the case with these things. You think you're recording and you're not recording, and you spend 20 minutes talking and no one's been listening because the camera's not been recording properly, so we have to make sure that it is 100% recording. So, let's talk about it. So the current interior is, I think, the first interior for me personally to make me actually think, wow, the TARDIS is bigger on the inside. Obviously, we've known that for years, decades, 6 years, that the TARDIS is bigger on the inside than the outside, which is fair enough, that is the case. But from a standpoint of looking at the TARDIS itself, you wouldn't say, oh yeah, that TARDIS is huge. You wouldn't. Not from the inside, because it looked so smaller than you would imagine, but then you would have to use your own imagination to try and work out whether or not it would become bigger than you would need to imagine, and which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I think because Disney, I think it's because of Disney's budget, they've been able to go, right, we're going to make a huge set, making very clear that the Doctor thinks it's bigger than before because they're running around, and then that sort of, I think, then this sort of adds to the element of, actually, this is actually bigger than Jodie's TARDIS. Jodie's TARDIS, to me, interior-wise, even though I liked it and I loved the design, I did personally feel like it felt a tiny bit too small. But that's just my opinion, and I don't think that you can say, oh, why do you think that? You can't just say, oh, I think it's just the angle of the camera. I think if you try to alter the camera angle, I think that's when you see the bigger. But personally, I don't think the new TARDIS interior is massive. It does look huger, filming wise. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I do personally feel that this is like a lot bigger than you would expect previously, that you would have had before. I'm not too sure if that is just a me thing, but I feel like you can do laps around it and it doesn't take forever. Whereas David's original TARDIS, Matt's TARDIS, Peter's TARDIS, Jodie's TARDIS, William Hartnell's Petra Troughton and John Pertwee, Tom Makers, Colin Makers, Peter Davis and Paul McGann. Here we go. So, David had this massive TARDIS, but Paul McGann also had a giant TARDIS set-wise. Because, obviously, we had that other room that was a key player in the story. And that demonstrated how vast and wide the TARDIS was. And it looked a lot bigger. Again, I don't know why, but that's 2. That's 2 out of 15. So the 14th and 15th interior, which is the same interior, the 8th interior are the biggest interior in my opinion, set wise. If they're looking about it in the show itself, they're all the same size, but set wise, I think that it's a lot bigger. I don't know how else to explain that. So, there we have it. Sorry this video was slightly short, but that has been talking about the TARDIS interior in small small/large detail. So, there you guys watching. Bye bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.